Hey guys, it's Jan Sharte and I'm back again with another video. So today we're going to be talking about 5 of the biggest mistakes that new product-based business owners make when they first start out. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Alright guys, so I am currently on vacation, but vacation for me typically also includes work. Because it just does. But I wanted to stop and make this video because, as y'all know, I've been coaching for about 5 years now, and I have run into so many of the same problems over and over again. So my hope is that this video will eliminate some of those problems for newer brand owners, okay? So the first mistake that so many business owners make, or new business owners make, is trying to quantify their marketing. And what I mean by that is you're waiting for someone to tell you how many times to post, what times to post, how many times to send an email. You're trying to find out how much money to spend on your ads, how many ads you need, so on and so forth. None of those have answers. You truly have to just go out there and do it and see what happens as a result of you doing it. I want to focus first and more specifically on posting, because the thing that so many business owners don't understand is that posting on social media is simply about reach. You want to post on social media to reach people. We're not posting to try to avoid getting on someone's nerves. We're not posting to try to even make a sale. We're posting because we have to make people aware of our business and our products. The only way for them to know about the products is for you to talk about the products. So I know that it may sound like, from all these people on the internet, that there's a such thing as too early, too late, too many, not enough, so on and so forth. Truthfully speaking, if you understand marketing, you will understand why it's so important to not try to quantify your marketing. So the definition of marketing is simply the promotion of your products and services, or the promotion of a business's products and services. Your job is to promote your products and services, and there is nowhere and no one who has ever said that it only takes one post per day or one email per week in order for you to be good at that thing. And in all actuality, you don't really become good at marketing until you remove the mindset that there's a such thing as too much or too little marketing. Last thing I'll say about this is that your job is to market until you meet your goals, or to get you as close as possible to your goals. So I guess it's kind of like a point in between points. Not having goals impacts the marketing at the end of the day. So as a business owner, I always have goals. I know how much money I want to make. I know how much traffic I want to drive. I know how many orders I want to get, so on and so forth. So when I'm marketing with my goals in mind. I'm not marketing with anything else in mind. So if I know that I posted 2 times in a day, but I had a daily goal to make $1,000, and let's say I'm 75% there, I'm not going to just wait around and see if I make it. I'm probably going to post again. If I had a goal for 30% of my revenue to come from email marketing, and right now I'm sitting at 10%, I might send an email. So if I sent the email that morning, I might send another email that evening to maybe people who didn't open that email, or things of that nature. So that's point number 1. Quantifying, or attempting to quantify your marketing, is going to hold you back from succeeding, okay? Point number 2 is utilizing your logo too early on your merchandise. So yes, we have our logo on our website. Your logo maybe is like the profile image on your social media. But when you're a new business owner, there is not going to be very many people who want to wear your logo on their shirt. It doesn't matter what that logo is, whether it's big, whether it's small, whether it's your name of your business, whatever. There's not going to be very many people who want to wear your logo on their shirt. And that's not to say that you'll never be able to sell a whatever with your logo on it, but more so to say that there has to be an established line of trust and credibility, and more specifically, like emotional connection between your business and the person before they're gonna willingly wear your name on their chest, right? So I find that so many people put so much money into like that initial collection of products, and their logo is plastered across the front, and then they're confused about why people aren't buying it. Well, number 1, this name doesn't mean anything to them. It means everything to you. It means nothing to them. So your job from a marketing perspective is to market enough and market well enough to establish that emotional connection with them. You have to tell them what that name means. Why should they care? If you want them to wear it across their chest, if you want them to talk about your brand, if you want them to care about your brand, you have to talk about your brand like you care about your brand. You have to talk about your brand in a way that lets them know that you take it serious and that there is like meaning in it, you know? So think about that. And I would say don't become too, what word am I looking for? Don't focus too much on like all the other brands that are selling, you know, something with their logo on it, because you have to remember that everybody had a day one, and most of them didn't start out the gate wearing or selling something that had their name plastered across the front from day one. They started with something that had no logo on it. The only logo you saw was likely in the tag. So I would say the thing you want to do here is just create balance between products that have your logo and products that don't have your logo, and really focus from a marketing perspective on storytelling and helping people to understand like what your brand is all about and why they should care at the end of the day. All right, so mistake number 3 is not focusing on building an audience. I find that so many people, when they first start, they rush to trying to make sales, and I get it. You've put so much of your money and maybe even your time into the business, so it's natural to want to make money. However, money can only come if you market, number one. And money can only come if you have an audience of people who want to buy what you're selling. So there is an order of operations when it comes to business, and part of that ability to make sales is attracting people first and foremost. And the way that you attract people is by marketing. And that goes back to point number 1. Not quantifying the marketing and telling yourself, the more that I market, the more people I reach. And seemingly, that's the more sales opportunities that you create. The less that you market, the less people you reach, the less sales opportunities that you create. And I don't care what anybody else in this world has to say about this topic. I know that there are people who will tell you like, you're doing too much if you post more than once per day and you only need 1 post per day. That's not true. When you are a new business owner, you need to be maximizing, especially on social media. It's free. It costs you absolutely nothing to be there. And none of the platforms are saying, hey, you can only post this many times, or if you post beyond this time of the day, like, we're going to shut your brand down. There's no person on social media complaining about the number of times that they're seeing content. Your job is to build that audience, and you can only build that audience by talking to people. I always use Fashion Nova as an example here, because literally if you stop this video right now and go look at your Instagram and look to see how many times Fashion Nova posted in the last 24 hours, you're going to be shocked. They post about 2 times per hour for like 13, maybe 15 hours straight every single day. And somebody looking at that from the outside who doesn't understand marketing, more specifically product-based marketing, they would think that that's overkill, but it's not. When you're selling low-cost goods, that means you have to drive volume. That means you have to reach a large number of people to make the money that you want to make. So in order for them to drive the volume that they desire and that they need to actually like keep the sales up here, they have to actually create volume in their marketing. So I'll break this down super quick. Basically, Fashion Nova posts however many times per day. Let's say they post 24 times in a day. So they post 24 times in a day. Each one of those posts is going to reach, let's say, tens of thousands of people. If you look at the content, you'll see that they're not all getting the same amount of likes, comments, shares, so on and so forth, but they're all reaching people. So collectively, let's say in a day's time, they reach, 200,000 people. Some of those people are going to go to their website and they're going to add something to cart, but they're not going to purchase. Some of those people are going to go to the website, not add anything to the cart, but maybe they sign up for the email list. Some of those people are going to land on the homepage, see nothing on the homepage, they're going to leave. So there are different segments of their audience, but in every capacity of that, they attracted an audience and drove some traffic to their website. Now they can continue to market to them. So the people who signed up for email, they're going to be able to send emails to them. The people who visited the site but did not purchase or add anything to cart, they can retarget them with ads. The people who added to cart, they're going to get abandoned cart emails, and they're going to get abandoned cart text messages and things of that nature. All of that is marketing. So it starts with them knowing that their job is to attract an audience and build an audience. But if you're not doing that, you're not creating the sales opportunities. So now, using Fashion Nova as an example, they're going to be able to drive sales not just from social media, but also from their ads, their emails, and their text marketing. Okay. The next mistake is not focusing enough on individuality. I see this a lot with, I was going to say boutique owners, but product-based business owners in general. There's this saying that says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Or, success leaves clues. And so what I find is that so many people like outright copy. And that's the thing about understanding business, right? your job is not to copy. Your job is to be inspired, but not to copy. So, in order to be inspired, I feel like you have to already have some level of established decision around what your business is or what you want your business to become. Otherwise, you're likely going to copy someone else. And this is not, one thing. You may copy the product, you may copy the marketing, you may copy the photography style, you may copy their caption, so on and so forth. When you haven't clarified like who your audience is and what your goals are and what your vision for your business is, I find that so many people copy. And ironically, they don't realize that the lack of individuality is hurting them. What I mean by that is when you're copying a well-established brand that exists in the same segment or niche as you, oftentimes because of branding and the way that branding works, when they see your whatever, they think of that other brand that you copy. If that other brand is doing a great job at business, 9 times out of 10, that brand is going to come to mind the moment that they see whatever it is that you're doing that looks exactly like theirs. So when you don't have individuality, number one, you don't give people a reason to separate your brand from others in their mind. And number two, you hurt your brand credibility because you look like a copycat, okay? So the most important thing that I would recommend that you do here is clarify what your vision is for the business, meaning where do you want this business to go? What do you want this business to become? Secondly, clarify who your target audience is. So don't think about or try to figure out who somebody else's target audience is. Who do you want to serve? How do you want to serve them? What do you want to serve them with, or what do you want to sell to them? And let that guide your decision making. You can look to the left and the right and look at what other people are doing and what they're offering, what they're saying, so on and so forth, but don't copy, okay? It's going to hurt you way more than it's going to help. I heard this quote maybe like a month ago, and I can't remember where, but they said, if it's not helping, it's hurting. So if you feel like you're going downhill or things are getting worse by the day, you have to take a second to look at what you're doing and tell yourself, whatever I'm doing is hurting. It's not helping, and I need to go back to the drawing board. All right, so the last mistake that I see so many business owners making is starting out with too many products and no market research. So I will be honest and say this is something that I really didn't, I won't say understand, but I didn't see the value of from the beginning. So market research is basically just learning the market, understanding consumers, what their preferences are, what they like, what they don't like, what they want, what they don't want, what their desires are, so on and so forth. And the reason that it's so important is because your job is to serve people. So when you don't understand people, you end up making decisions that really aren't with anyone in particular in mind, likely with just your own preferences and desires in mind. And so the reason that this is so detrimental is because you can't make money if you're not giving people what they want. You can't make money if you're not serving people in a way that they find desirable. So market research is basically just paying attention to the things around you, and more specifically, the things that are being said around you to help you make decisions in your business. So this point is specifically about product. So I find that so many people are like, I don't know what specifically they're gonna like. So I'm just gonna start out with a lot of things and let them tell me. And I'm not gonna say that that's like a bad idea, but it's a bad idea when you're limited on resources, meaning money. I don't want you to go putting all your money into a bunch of different products without feeling confident that you've selected at least a few that people are actually going to love. And going back to point number 4, don't tell yourself like, oh, because so-and-so sells this, I should sell that. Because every product has what's called a product life cycle. And basically what this means is that at some point that product's going to die. The demand is going to die down. People are not going to want that product as much anymore. And you can find this out from doing market research. Market research sometimes is just talking to people, showing up in Facebook groups where your target audience spends time, or reading the comments underneath a brand's content that sells that product or similar products at the moment. That will really help you to understand whether people are tired of it, how they really feel about it. Was it a good experience? Was it a bad experience? So on and so forth. One of my favorite things to do is go on platforms like Twitter, more specifically Threads these days, and I just ask the questions that I want answers to. Instead of me making assumptions or believing that I've made the right choice, before I even make the choice, I just ask, are you guys buying this? How do y'all feel about this? And it's not necessarily always from my brand's page. Sometimes it's just from a human standpoint, because it's a lot easier to get information when it's human to human versus when it's brand to human. So market research will help you I like to say save so much time and money because you're going to end up making decisions with real people in mind instead of with your own assumptions and preferences in mind. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. We talked about 5 mistakes that so many brand owners are making, and this isn't all of them, but these are 5 of the big ones. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you want to learn more about any of these things and just how to fix it, how to do it right from the beginning or from as early as possible, click the link in my description to check out my program, e-commerce profit plan. We cover all of this plus more, and we'll walk you through step by step how to fix or improve or implement all the right parts of the business. But today's my last day of vacation, so I gotta go enjoy it, and I guess I will see you guys later. Bye.